it's mind-boggling to me that there are people out there that have never met somebody, right, to know who they truly are and despise them, hate them.
Didn't hear a whole lot of critics when they were chanting his name in victory lane. Bubba Wallace getting the victory at the Brickyard 400. What a day it was for him, and what a day it was for little Bex. It's the day after, and we've got Bubba. I'm just really happy that I get to wear my Bubba Wallace shirt today. Take a look.
That's throwback right there.
Yay.
Yes.
I know. I've had it for a pretty long time, and I've been waiting 100 races to be able to put this on and interview you here on the day after. So, big congratulations. And when you came up
Thank
to the
you.
desk yesterday at TNT, all I could think about was just giving you a hug. And I'm so happy that we all got to do that.
Yeah.
We didn't know if you were going to be able to make it to the desk with all the stuff that you had to do.
Whew.
And when we saw you walk up, I was just like, I just want a hug.
I appreciate it. That was such a cool moment. I was definitely winded. That was the fastest come down period, if you will. Just from when I stood on top of the car to when I got off the car, like adrenaline just pummeled, right? And so I was just like slowing everything down. I didn't want to look like a fool and pass out. I'm pretty sure I was probably slurring in my post-race interview, but I gathered it by the time I got to you guys. But all in all, a really cool moment.
I thought for sure you were going to go down, buddy, because we've seen that before
Yeah,
from you.
for
And I was
sure.
like, they need to let this man sit down
Yes.
because how close were you?
It was close, but I kind of,
Yeah.
like you said, I've done it a couple of times and kind of know what to do. I just found a wall to sit on and then just started keeping my answers really short. It's weird when you start talking more, like that's when the problems, come about. So I was just like, it was a good day. I had fun. Thanks. And just kept it at that. And then Marty would ask another question. I'm like, damn it. I got to talk some more. Give me a second. But all in all, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, we did see you, and that's my favorite part of sports and wins and all that stuff is watching sort of the realization set in, and
Right.
we saw that a lot from you. How much was that you trying to compose yourself and handle that physical feeling that you were thinking, and how much of you on the bricks in victory lane just stopping and like
Yeah.
taking a moment, Bubba? It was so beautiful. What was the percentage there?
Yeah. That's a good question, Shannon. You know, I was surprised at my emotion or lack of. When we came across the line, obviously you heard me laugh, and just kind of just really couldn't believe it. It had been so long since we had done that, and I said it. You start to question if you could do it again, and yesterday we did, and I think it was just like the whole time for those couple of hours, just like, yeah, we really did that. And I told you guys that the first thing my wife said was like, we did it. And it allowed me to take a step back and remember every step of what I was able to do post race and celebrate with the fans and the team and the family. And it was just an incredible moment.
Yeah, you said that confidence was with you from the very beginning, right?
Mm-hmm.
You talked about riding around in the truck
Yeah.
and not hearing anything, hearing the birds and
Yeah.
hearing the
Yeah.
wind. Was that a fast car? Was that sitting on the front row? Was that just like one of those things that you can't explain?
Yeah, it was a very surreal outer body experience just from kind of waking up. There was something about yesterday that I haven't had a feeling like that before. I thought I questioned like, oh, is this the Kansas feeling? Is this the Martinsville truck win feeling? Like, is this the Talladega feeling? And I'm like, man, it's different. And I walked to the drivers meeting just in this mindset like no one's taking this day from me. But and this is where I struggle mentally, is I say that, right?
Because it's a tug of war, right? Mentally.
Right. And so I say those things, and then on this shoulder, it's like, is it really going to be your day? Like I start to doubt it. Like the moments I'm bringing myself to where I need to be, I'm dragging myself right back to, and I don't know if it's just, you know, never let the highs get too high or lows get too low, or is that being pessimistic? Like, I don't know. And regardless, it worked out. So here we are.
How much does that mean to you to beat a guy like Kyle Larson?
Oh, it means the world. I mean, a guy can jump in anything and go be competitive and win races, and it's awesome to see that. I'm definitely a massive Kyle Larson fan,
Yeah.
despite what the critics or the naysayers will say that we have it out for each other. It is awesome to see a generational talent like Larson and to be able to race with them for all these years. Um, it's really really cool. I mean, I look at Eldora truck win, Homestead truck win,
Yeah.
this win now. Holding off him was awesome, and I think I have to give myself credit, although I don't really do that enough. But to go up and beat the best, it was a really cool feeling. It was awesome.
How how much and I heard you say that again, right? And I do feel like I have a great understanding of that, right? You don't wanna give yourself too much credit because you feel
Mhm.
like if you do, then things aren't gonna work out.
Right,
Like,
right,
you know,
right.
it's like this weird, like, you're just not allowed to be happy for
Yeah,
yourself, right?
yeah,
Because you're afraid if you are, then you're too happy for yourself and then everything will be taken away from you.
yeah,
I get it.
yep.
I get it. I don't know if that's like imposter syndrome. I don't know what that is, Bubba, but
Who
I live
knows?
with that as well. So how much do you think just being a Brickyard 400 winner is gonna sort of quiet some of those voices?
Yeah, you know, I honestly, after Kansas win, I said it multiple times. Like, if everything stopped and that was it after Kansas, like I went and earned that one too, right? But the
Mhm,
critics were like, "Oh, you had to be in Kurt's car and Kurt's crew," and I'm like, "Y'all don't know how this works. It's the same stuff. It's my team, right?"
mhm.
And and so I had a little chip in my shoulder to get the 23 back to victory lane. It had been 4
A
years,
little?
a
A
little,
little?
a little. Uh, it had been 4 years since the 23 had been back in victory lane, and so
Mhm.
I started thinking, like, was there a curse to the 23? There's a lot of stuff, and I start overthinking things, and so now, like, I said it on the radio, like, what are they going to say now? Like, and what can I say
Mhm.
now? Like, we did it, and we were in the right spot at the right time. Aside from leading every lap and winning both stages, like, okay, I'll shoot for that next time. Like, I have an opportunity to do that now. So, but winning it in that fashion, and then the race distance going to the full extent, double overtimes, fuel,
Yeah.
stretching the fuel, like, it was hard fought and hard earned, and I think well deserved for sure. So, today I will allow myself to be happy and enjoy it.
Good. Yeah, started on the front row. You have solid finishes
Yeah.
at Indianapolis in your career. This is not something that, oh, we finished 30th every time
Yeah,
we've
yeah,
come
yeah.
here and we just happen to back into this one. Absolutely not if you look at those stats.
Right.
I'm glad you mentioned the critics and I'm glad you mentioned Kurt because I recently had a conversation with Kurt. Um, about his perception, about his public perception, and I asked him if he felt like he was misunderstood in the public perception, and I think that, also applies to you, Bubba, because, I mean, look at you, like, you know how much I love you, you know how
Yeah.
much you're adored
Yeah.
inside the garage,
Yeah.
people are super happy for this, but sometimes the critics, because you use that word,
Yeah.
it's just a different view, like, do you feel like you're
Yep.
misunderstood?
Oh,
Yeah?
100%. I mean, it's mind-boggling to me that there are people out there that have never met somebody, right, to know who they
Mm,
truly are and despise them, hate them, and they take my sarcasm, because I'm full of sarcasm, as me being a jerk or me being a punk or whatever it is, and it's like, that's okay, because like you said, I know, like, my peers respect me, and when I mess up and make myself look like a fool, I totally own it, and I'm very aware of that. But man, I'll tell you, there's nothing more than I want to do than win races and be at the racetrack with all of you guys and just have fun. And if there's an opportunity to give you a little bit of crap, I'm gonna pounce. and that's just who I am. Ultra competitive, and I just love to have fun. So it is what it is. I love where I'm at. I know the people that truly know who I am as a person, as a human being. That's what matters. I think I was chasing the other side of that. I was trying to, um, you know, convince everybody, hey, man, I'm a good guy. Like, be on my side. It doesn't matter. People, it doesn't have to be me. I've seen people just be so judgmental of somebody, and I want to say, like, do you know them? And
Mm.
I don't want to make them. I don't want to belittle them, but I think although the time calls for it, it's just not worth the time.
Yeah, it's not only sarcasm, and I told you at the desk yesterday, it's also the fact that you are so brutally honest with your emotions,
Yeah.
and we feel that, right? When you are mad at yourself, you are
Yeah.
mad at yourself, and you tell us that you are mad at yourself, and that comes
Yeah.
out as this emotion
Yeah.
that sometimes people don't understand or aren't ready for.
Yeah.
But that's what makes all of this so cool, is that we get to go along this journey with you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And just from the other side of it, it's the critics that, how many cup wins do the critics have?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't have any, so I'm not criticizing you guys. You know?
Exactly. So it's just like, why spend time on that? And when they have no idea what it's even like to be a second in my shoes or anybody's shoes.
I got it. He who judges shall be judged. That's my
Right.
favorite quote ever from the Bible. Let me ask you, I'm not going to keep you much longer. Bex, more. I want more.
Yeah.
He's the cutest thing. This moment right here, when, not here, when he sees you, okay, wait a second, wait till the camera turns. You see his eyes light up. Watch. Oh,
Yeah, that's it's I don't know how to describe it, man. It's a really, really cool, just it's the coolest thing in the world. And I was always told that, when we announced that we were pregnant, from Hemrick, from just all of our close friends that were having babies, like, it's the coolest thing in the world. You may have even mentioned it. And I'm like, yeah, 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 but no, it is. It truly is, and I wish everybody could get to experience it, because it definitely changes something inside, and just being able to have him there, have Amanda there, like, there's nothing more important than, there's nothing cooler than that. And I thoroughly enjoy being a dad, as much work as it is. I have a boss ass wife, and a mother here. I was watching her yesterday morning in the bus, and I just looked at her and I said, "You're an amazing mother, and I appreciate
aw.
you." And it's what it takes. It takes a family. We have our racetrack family, we have our actual family, but when you can make it all kind of seem as one, man, you're on
Yeah.
top of the world.
Yeah, I think if I did speak to you or give you any kind of feedback about being a parent, it was like life makes sense
Yeah,
after you have a kid,
for sure,
just
for
makes
sure.
sense. What
Yeah.
were you thinking when you were laying on those bricks and he was on top of you? What was the thought?
I was just overcome with emotion. He doesn't know what's going on, and he doesn't realize that was probably one of the best days in his dad's life. And so for him to be there and just taking it all in, he's a super content baby. He did
Oh,
get a little bit spooked in Victory Lane when we were spraying water and Coke and stuff everywhere. But what was so funny is he was crying, had the panic look, and then him and I locked eyes, and he instantly stopped crying. And he was like, "Oh, okay, I'm good." And I thought that was really, really cool. And so he's my buddy. Excited to see him grow and get older. And I don't have to change any more poopy diapers. And then we can go outside and ride in the go kart or play golf, whatever it is. I'm looking forward to those moments.
I hope someone captured that moment on video or
Yeah.
on a picture so that one day you can share that story with
Yeah,
him,
for
because
sure.
that's pretty beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, where's the trophy? I think you have the trophy there,
It's
right?
here.
Is it
It's
something?
it's right
Yeah,
here.
let me see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Can you, is it
Oh
how
man,
heavy is
so
it?
that's not too bad.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, probably 15, 20 pounds. So I was sitting in
Where's it gonna go?
that whole light up thing right there. So we're in the new
Yeah,
house. It's a trophy case. So I got all my trophies there. So
awesome.
yeah, I'll put it there. But I was sitting in the drivers meeting, and the museum trophy, that thing is massive, and I thought that's what the cup guys got. And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, yes, I want that one. And they were like, here's your trophy. And I'm like, hey, I want that one. Super cool though.
Yeah, that's awesome. You
Thank you.
manifested it for sure.
That's right.
Okay, final question. How was the party? You mentioned it a couple times.
Yeah.
You mentioned it when we talked to you on TNT. I
Yeah.
think you were ready to give all of us your address so we could come by. I would not have been able to wake up for this interview, but how was it?
It was good. I was sitting there thinking about it. Amanda and I have talked about this. Probably we talk about it every time we have a drink. And getting hammered and waking up feeling like crap is definitely past. It's got to be a really, 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 really special occasion for that to happen. But after two beers or a glass of bourbon, I was good. I was tired. I told
Yeah.
everybody like, hey, I'm going to bed. Y'all can continue to party. It was 3 a.m. when I went to bed, but I sat there laying in bed and I was just thinking like, I love being able to host, whether it's for a win or just a party in general, because I get to see everybody out in their own element, right? Not having to worry about work, not having to worry about whatever it is. We're all celebrating, a win for the team. And I loved being able to do that here at our house. Everybody I thought thoroughly enjoyed their time. We had everything. We had the shuffleboard games out. People were jumping into the pool. Like it was just a really good time. So that brought me a lot of joy seeing how happy everybody else was. And I woke up at 7. Bex woke up at 7, so we were up and I feel fine. And I'm glad I feel that way because I know I have a few days of a lot of work now and I don't
Yeah.
want to feel like crap. So that's me growing up.
It's crazy. I talked to Denny last week and he was, kids brought him cookies when he got home. And I
Yeah.
said to him, my, how things have changed, haven't
Yes,
they,
for sure.
in the
For
last
sure.
couple years? Well, I'm happy for you. You
Thank
know
you.
that.
Thank
And
you.
I can't, I just, ugh, I don't even know how many ways to say it.
Yeah,
So
I
it
appreciate
was a
that.
beautiful celebration that I'm so glad that we got to be part of and enjoy this week, enjoy the playoffs, enjoy the rest of the season,
Will do.
enjoy everything, Bubba.
All righty. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
No question, Bubba Wallace and his family are going to have the best day ever, the best week ever, in fact, and maybe even the best rest of the season ever as he's going to the playoffs for the second time. For the best day ever this week, I got to give it to my girl Katherine Legge again. What a weekend! A 17th place finish at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, a place where she's very familiar. So, what a historic weekend it was for her. Not only did she become the 21st driver. Right? We say driver, not just woman. The 21st driver to compete in both the Indianapolis 500 and the Brickyard race. She also became the second woman outside of Danica Patrick to compete in the Cup race at Indy and the first to do the double Xfinity and Cup. Obviously, Xfinity didn't go as awesome for her on Saturday, but she had a 17th place finish on Sunday. It is her second top 20 back-to-back top 20 finish. Listen to what her team had to say about what we might see out of Katherine Legge moving forward.
Like we talked about, Davey, every single lap with 75 laps or 2/3 of the race in, we're running our best we run. I'm telling you, if we could go test with this woman, she'd be badass right off the trailer.
I hope that we see just that. I'm a big fan of Catherine's. I think that she is just a bad you know what. I love having conversations with her and, of course, what she's doing for little girls out there and women who also aspire to do great things. She's scheduled to be at Watkins Glen. That'll be the next time she's scheduled. So we'll see if some things pop up for her, but can't wait to see her back in a race car doing her thing. All right, we'll be back here next week off to Iowa. We'll see who gets it done out there.